Hello my friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella. Today is Sunday and that means coffee clutch. Coffee clutch is a Belgian, Flemish, Dutch, also German word that means that I invite you over for a coffee and we talk about books and life in general. So since now I'm a kitty mama, I'm bottle feeding Vita, that's her name, every 2 hours. My little kitten, she is today 14 days old and it's going rather well. She is really strong and I just hope I can get her eye fixed. It's improving, so that's positive. Her lungs are clear now too. There was milk in her lungs that was dangerous, that could have caused a pneumonia, and so that I could help. But anyway, I have a couple of books to talk about. So I have here the Dutch version of The Feast by Margaret Kennedy. I have here The Long Dry by Cynan Jones. And yesterday I finished, this morning I finished The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith. I always buddy read one book a month of Patricia Highsmith. We are going to her entire catalogue. And this is book number 7, I believe, already. Or 8 even. And yeah. And then I'm currently reading this one by Sylvia Townsend Warner, Mr. Fortune's Maggot. And maybe I will start with this one. Mr. Fortune's Maggot is written in the early 20s, and she talks about a man who is not a priest but a dean, I believe he is, a reverend, Timothy Fortune, and he went to a little remote tropical island in Vanua to convert the locals to Christianity. But there's only one, what's his name again? Llewellyn, who is interested in what he has to say. All the rest, they don't even listen to him. So yeah, I'm halfway in. I'm really liking it so far. It's really well written, actually. And yeah, I'm really curious how this will go further. So yeah, Mr. Fortune's Maggot, Sylvia Townsend Warner. And then yesterday, so I finished The Cry of the Owl by Patricia Highsmith. So what's the story about? There's a man, Robert, he is 30 and he is in a really bad divorce, and yeah, he's depressed, and at a certain point he sees a girl, a young woman, in her house, but it's really quite far from where he lives, at least 6 miles from where he lives, and he starts to look at her through the window at night, and yeah, it starts with that, but I can't tell you much more. So it's a typical Patricia Highsmith, where you have at first the kind bad one, and then the mean outsider, and it's really interesting. I didn't like it as much as all the others, but still a very good and very decent read. It was a 4-star for me. I preferred the Sweet Sickness. I really liked that one a lot more than this one. It's also her least favorite of her own books, so but still a very, very decent thriller. So yeah, it's very you can't suspect the end. You really can't. It's really well done. And then I really enjoyed, I thoroughly enjoyed Cynan Jones' The Long Dry. So this is the story about a young family. They are farmers and it's very hot outside, and one of the cows has drifted off, and she was looking for her freedom. And we follow the whole family during that one day. It is amazingly beautiful. What I've noticed with Cynan Jones is there's always a little sucker punch, but very subtle, and he makes it under the unimportant events, but then when you realize what happened, then you go, oh. And yeah, it's really, really beautiful. I highly, highly, highly recommend. 5-star read for me. And I finished The Feast. Here it's called in Dutch Picnic by Moonlight, by Margaret Kennedy. This was written in the 50s. It was a lost kind of classic, and I enjoyed it, but I was a bit disappointed by the ending. I thought the ending could be a whole lot better. So yeah, it was a bit of a letdown. It could have been a 5-star, but it was a 4-star read. So yeah, The Feast by Margaret Kennedy. Now I also finished a huge book, but that is not yet available in English. It is Alkibiades by Ilja Leonard Pfeijffer. This beast monster of a book. I finished it in 3 days. I really, really enjoyed it. What a wonderful figure to talk about. So Alkibiades was a very good strategic thinker. He was also very good at giving speeches, and an orator, I don't know how you call it, somebody who speaks. And he was the most beautiful, perceived as the most beautiful man in Athens or Greece. And let me show you, this is his statue. So Alkibiades was a man of well-respected family, and he was at the beginning of his young career the lover of Socrates. And he, although Alkibiades could get everybody, he really wanted Socrates. But then after a while, he met a woman that he absolutely, absolutely adored and respected, because she was highly intelligent and smart, and it was a really, really good book. I've learned so much about ancient Greece and about the politics, and it really is a story that was necessary to tell, because it talks about democracy and how quickly a democracy can be ruined. And it was, the prose is magnificent. It's a tag too long though. He could have left 1 or 2 battles out, but still it talks about loyalty, treason, second chances, more than once. A lot about philosophy. It is a beautiful read. It's a rather easy read actually, but you have to like reading about battles and politics and stuff. So I really, really enjoy it. This will win awards, that's 100% sure. And I hope there's a publisher out there who will translate it into English. So Alkibiades, what a beautiful book, a 5-star read for me. For me, this together with the Michel Wellenbeck one will come out in September, I believe. I forgot the name. I will put a picture here. by Michel Houellebecq that I also loved. These are the two best books that I've read so far this year. I hope a couple of women can... yeah, there's one, also a Dutch one, but yeah, it's also not translated, but I doubt that that one will be translated, although it could easily be translated. Anyway, I'm drifting off. I'm tired. Waking up every 2 hours. When you're plus 50. Anyway, Muffin is doing great. She's the best kitty mama you can imagine. I'll show you a little clip of how she deals with a little Vita. And yeah, that's it. That's my coffee clutch. It's still very hot here. It's 30 degrees outside, or 32. And yeah, we're trying to keep cool and keep our cool and play with the kid. I'm guessing so. The next books will be quite light readings, because it's quite difficult to keep my mind on the book and not doze off. But I don't want to sleep all the time either, because then I feel horrible. Then it's always, when I sleep too much, I feel like I have a hangover or something, which is not the case. So anyway, have a coffee, have a great week, enjoy your reading, enjoy life, stay healthy, and do only things that inspire other people. Thank you. Bye-bye.